All right, I'm here with Eric Sim, the king of JUCO. We got some swords. We're probably going to fight each other at some point. But we're going to break down some submissions Eric put out on Twitter, right? You put out on or
no,
Instagram?
I was actually suspended while this was going on Twitter, so I did it on my Instagram.
Okay.
And then
what is your Instagram for people to follow you?
esim3400. That's my account. And then, yeah, so I asked for some of the pitching submission videos so we can roast them. And then, yeah, we got it done.
Yeah, so we got some submissions. People around the world actually
Yep.
sent in their videos. Eric's going to roast them, tell them how much they suck, because that's what he does. And I'm going to give you some key tips, some things to work on so you can be better, so you can come and roast Eric Sim one day. It's all cyclical.
You will never.
So that's what we're going to do today. So let's break down the first video. What do we got?
See what we got. It's from at Sledzinski. This guy's all the way from Belarus.
Belarus, wow.
It's impressive. I didn't even know I had a follower there, so thank you for following me, man. And this is unbelievable, actually.
King of JUCO is literally worldwide.
It's worldwide. And I actually Googled where it was. It's right by Russia. I had no idea where it was before, you know? So I learned something, which is kind of cool.
Time out.
Crazy.
Time out.
These guys
Time
are
out.
playing
Time out.
punches.
Time out. Time out.
What we got?
What is this mound, dude?
Hey, we're in Belarus, bro.
I
what
understand.
Yeah,
but,
it's not Arizona. Like, fuck.
We got this is like,
dude. It's not even like it's lifted. It's
yeah.
not.
We got a lift kit on the mound.
There's no mound actually.
There's no rubber.
There's
no rubber.
There's no rubber. Oh, this is holding it. That's holding it right there.
We're in a shot put rink.
It is a shot put ring.
That's tight. Okay.
Hey,
I like that a little bit more.
This is the whatever it takes, baby. I fucking love that.
This
man.
is tight.
This is.
If your foot is too close, we got different slope here, by the way. We got two slopes of the mound, and if your foot, this is
flat.
yeah, and if your foot hits here, if your foot's too low, you're gonna trip. You're gonna eat it. And if you go too far, you're gonna break
That's incredible. It is a shot put ring, huh? Oh my goodness.
If you stride too far, you're gonna break your ankle on the shot put ring. And my man is out here throwing gas.
This is amazing.
My man's out here throwing gas. That is
very
tight.
efficient mechanics. I mean,
that is tight. Let's see what we got. So we go up. Okay, we're in a good spot here. We go down. This is good down.
That's very good.
Very good. Hips are level right here. I like that.
Good. And he starts rotating, a little bit pushy, but
little
I mean,
pushy,
could get better.
Little pushy, front foot hits right there, and you can see this is a little bit extending. Now, personal experience on this, if you don't have a good solid connection
it's gonna be tough.
in your back foot, it's super hard to rotate. You want to like keep your shin over it so you don't slip, and you have a tendency to extend and go early. So I'm hesitant to say that he's pushy in his delivery, because he sets everything up well, and I think it's just the shoe, because he doesn't. He's in flats on a flat mound and like doesn't want to slip.
Look, he's slipping everywhere. You know,
I would say the first thing is like, can we get some cleats on this man? Let's get this man some cleats, so he can throw gas. All right.
My goodness.
Upper body, tight arm action.
Very efficient.
Great arm spiral.
I love that.
Look at that.
I love that.
The block is actually pretty darn good.
Well, he has to be good.
Right there.
He's gonna eat shit. It's just a fall. It's just like break shit.
You can see here we land in this frame, and there's no drifting in the knee. It's already pressing back.
That is so
good.
Great.
Block right there. He gets over it. So I think
I love these people, by the way. They're like, what the fuck is this jabroni doing? It's probably a bunch of track people. They're like, what is this jabroni doing?
Man, I'm trying to shot put here. You're throwing a 5 ounce shot put. That's not how you shot put.
That's great.
Yeah. So I think honestly, like, if anything in this delivery, just try to be more rotate this back knee a little bit more than pushing. But I don't think it's a movement thing. I think it's get some shoes on, so you can grab into
maybe at a little bit better mound. Maybe I don't know if there's like a local mound or whatever.
Yeah, so you can grab into this back foot, and I think you're set.
Anyways, hey man, that's pretty fucking impressive. I love the DGAF energy that he's got going on at a shot put fucking place. You know, he's wearing like
he set his mound up in Belarus. He's getting after it. Props to you, man. This is awesome.
Dude, this is awesome. And again, when I say doing whatever it takes, this is what I mean by that, man. Just doing whatever it takes. I don't care where the fuck you're at. I was in Canada before. Like, I was training in some piece of shit fucking garage. That's fine. But if you have the will to do it, you will find a way. It looks like my man has got it figured out. Got his like got his mind into this. You know, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I don't care who's watching. I don't care where the fuck I am. I don't care what I'm throwing on. I don't care. You know, and we respect.
I'm gonna get the work done.
Hell yeah, that's all respect, man. You're the man. Just get you some better shoes and send us another video. We'll do it again. Let's go, baby.
Yeah,
all right, next one we got is at Kurisu Baseball from Tokyo, Japan.
Okay.
See what we got.
Slow-mo.
Dude, I love the rhythm they got, dude.
Yeah. Okay, that's
looks
good.
Very rotational. That looks really good.
Yeah. Oh, and we got the readout.
Readings? Okay, let's
yeah, can we get a velo here? What are 86.4, dude? Okay. Right, hips are level. You can tell the hips are level here. See the back hip.
He's doing a good job of sinking that down too.
Yeah. So you can see here. This is really what you want to see. When you see this back knee.
Right.
This back knee is rotating and rolling down. And as it starts to roll down, you can see this. You see the elbow still pinned back here?
Yep.
So now we have this really good separation between the hips rotating.
That's a hip-shoulder separation that people preach
That's what you want to see. So now from this position, I think we're going to get it, but we got to get the foot in front down. There it is. You can see the arm is still pinned back.
Yep.
Great retraction on the glove side. We were talking earlier about getting the glove side in front of you and blocking.
Right.
This is outside of his body line, so he can really rotate here.
Right.
Great position on the front foot, turned in a little bit.
It's a little bit closed?
Might be a little bit closed.
What you're going to put on the front foot when it lands, you want to be like, I mean, everyone's different though, I guess. Some people do closed, and then they finish later.
I land a little bit closed.
Do you do? Okay.
I think there's two types of blocking that you have to do, right? So you have energy going linearly, so you have to block linearly. So the best way to do that is to have your foot straight ahead and block straight back.
Right.
But your hips are also rotating, so you have to block some energy rotationally. And the best way to do that is
keep it a little bit close,
angle your foot a little bit.
You can counterbalance it.
Counterbalance it, exactly. So you see he attacks foot plant here with his foot kind of closed and the knee kind of inside the foot.
Yep.
So when he lands, he gets that little bit of bracing where you see the knee doesn't really like bow out a whole lot. Right. So he's blocking that rotational energy just like he's blocking the linear energy. Now, if you have the range in your hip to handle that, where you can still extend this front leg and really block because the majority of the energy is the linear energy, then you're in a good spot. So I think we get set up really well in here. Foot is down in a great position up here. You can see the toe already on the back side is like all the way rolled. There's not a whole lot left to do there.
It's probably one of the better lower half mechanics that we've seen all day.
And it doesn't surprise me that he's from Japan because they understand the lower half extremely well.
Honestly, it's been pretty impressive. Most of these guys are pretty good. Nothing I'm like, you fucking suck, which is what I wanted to do. But I can't really do that when everyone's like, pretty good. This sucks. All right, this one. Oh, next one's a pro guy again. He's at ZI_Tay.
All right. Elevated hips.
You see it right away, huh?
You see it with everybody.
So is that why do you think they do that to create? Because they're trying to create more?
I think there's you try to get this like pelvic load concept or like ride the hips down the mound. Like this is all you hear, like rotate your hips late.
Right.
You know, stay closed.
Right.
And it's just all wrong.
Right.
It's like lift the leg, drop into your back leg, and open the hips as early as possible, but keep the torso closed.
Right.
Like that's what you want to hear, and you can't open the hips
when you get into this
when
position,
you get into that position, right? So you see this kind of V going on here. That's the first thing that we see. Good drop. I mean, we're trying to get down, so we're sitting down here.
Yep.
And we get a little bit of it. We could get more if we weren't in this counter-rotated position with the hip hike. And then, to get out of the hip hike, we see this back leg is just, it can't rotate because we're still here.
Right.
And so now we're trying to kind of like step over. You see again, toe landing because the hips haven't rotated at all.
Right.
Now, upper body wise, like we're in a fantastic position here. Upper body works fantastic. Just great.
That's
arm speed right there.
Perfect, like pivot pickup. When they do like a perfect one.
Yeah.
That's basically what it looks like.
Yeah.
Unbelievable spiral, like fucking. That's
upper
great.
half is fantastic.
Yeah.
Blocking fantastic. But
look at the block. Let's do the block, man. So from this position, I don't. If I just look at that, I don't think he can. But he kind of almost does the back.
He has to be so strong.
Right.
From this position with this position of the hips to even block. But
That's
he
incredible.
lands here. I mean, this is almost a vertical shin, right?
Yep.
And then he's just like, nope, I'm just going to push this back.
That's elite, man.
And
that's
we get
incredible.
like, we get this like full hyperextension.
Yeah.
So this is probably why like
He
this
can
is
probably throw
elite.
harder.
That's probably why the only reason he can throw hard.
Right.
I mean,
even though in the beginning he loses all that by doing all the fucking stuff.
Yeah.
Like he can still generate because he blocks so fucking well. Huh?
Yeah. And the arm action up top is elite. So we just got to let's get rid of this this counter rotation. You can see like he's rotated trying to ride the hip out with the elevated front hip.
He's like here.
Yeah, if we can think about just going up, if we can just lift straight up, he gets the drift right there. You can see him start drifting. From this position, just think about coming straight down into the back leg. Obviously very strong, very strong lower body.
Yep.
That'll help clean up, put you in a better position where you can rotate a little bit, because any bit of rotation here with that block, it's going to be...
It's game over. That's fuego.
Yeah, it's coming out hard.
And of course, he's already a pro, so he's definitely throwing harder.
Yeah, he's got to be at least in the low 9s, if not mid 9s.
Probably like low to mid 90s is what I assume.
There's just a lot more in there with that. With that.
It looks like he's got a strong body. I mean, great arm action. I mean, holy freaking look at this arm action. It's probably one of the better arm actions I've seen. Like even like seeing like I watched some of the top pitchers and stuff like that in the league. Dude, that's very compact, like just efficient. It's
great.
That's really good.
And look how fast it gets through. He's here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 frames. It's just like whack.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
good.
incredible. And the block is, I haven't seen that. Like it's almost like remember Cody Bukel almost did that. And he's this guy we used to train with, and he's just unbelievable.
Like 185 pounds and threw like 97.
Yep, and it was like most incredible block I've seen.
Yeah.
And he could generate that because he blocked better than all of us.
Yeah.
You know, he was literally throwing like 95, 97 indoor mound.
Yeah.
And he was exactly this. He'll land like this, almost like flat, and he just go whack, and he's just like getting his pelvis like in that position by using that force.
Yeah.
Just whack, which is like pretty incredible.
Yeah.
At Kid Edgar 96 from Peru. That's incredible.
Dude.
Dude,
We got North America, South America.
Russia.
We got
Europe. I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Asia.
It's King of Juco worldwide, baby.
Where's our Australians in here? Come on, Australia.
They're
all inside with COVID.
Dude, look at this facility though. That's pretty big leagues for Peru. No, I mean this is tight.
We got some turf out there.
See what it's got.
Oh, okay.
What? Dude, these dudes from these most random countries are better than you. Just don't ever forget that. Someone somewhere in the world is better than you. Like, that's incredible. Dude, okay, first of all, these lights are big leagues, bro. Like,
the infield, you can tell it's like
dude,
well manicured.
This is a pro field.
You've got the batter's eye.
Peru, like, what's going on in Peru? Invite me over, bro.
This is a tight backdrop,
dude,
too.
This is sick.
I mean, you're probably hitting balls over here into these houses.
Tanks only. They'll probably call the cops on me, but that's okay. I hit tanks.
Okay, so we get this high leg. We get a little bit of a hip hike here, a little bit. We can see
but I think he does
but he gets back to level
yeah,
right here.
Right.
He gets back to level, and then you can see right here the back side goes. Front foot down, back toe turned over,
and
hips
again,
turned
this is
over.
a flatty too, so it's gonna be a lot more. It's gonna be tougher to get into a better position because you don't have the angle to work with.
Absolutely.
But compared to that, that's pretty fucking good.
This is really good for being on a mound.
Right.
And much less he's on flat. He doesn't have that
impressive.
extra like 8 inches of drop that you get for the mound. So the hips are really rotated. Again, you see this glove side. It's not blocking him. He's pulling that over here. It stops. Arm action is tight. Rotates.
That's great.
Look at this block right here.
My goodness.
Bam. Foot hits. Takes the energy in one frame. Redirects it. Whack.
That's incredible.
Really good.
From the landing point.
What we notice here is we got a Nike swoosh on the cleat. Best cleats out there. Shout out Nike. We got cleats on the cleat.
Just low key, just plugging right here.
Cleats on the cleat.
Let's go.
So that's good.
That's tight. Yes.
So he's throwing fuego because he's wearing Nikes. I wear Nike. That's what I got.
I guess who's sponsored by?
Also, if let's take this sweatshirt off. That adds 2 miles an hour guaranteed.
Is that what it is?
Let's get some arm speed here. The sweatshirt's slowing you down. So if this is 90 in this video,
probably like 92, 93.
Yeah,
you know, like
off the mount. I don't know what it is in this video, but for a flat ground video from Peru, I mean, my man is doing it.
Yo, this is pretty impressive, and that's the coolest thing that we've seen so far with guys from all over the world. They're making it work with whatever the fuck they got, which is and honestly, like for Peru, like this field, like, that's a fucking big league field, dude. Like this is a very nice field.
I would love to play there.
Dude, I mean, there's like even minor league stadium will have like 4 of these.
If I
there's
played,
like 8, like there's like 12 of them.
Yeah,
like,
if
what?
I played here though, someone would definitely hit that off me. Like two of those lights are broken, guaranteed. First two or three innings.
Guy gives up. He strikes out a lot of people, gives up tanks. That's what he does. But yeah, honestly, like, impressive. Peru, man. I mean, just doing whatever it takes. Honestly, like, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Baseball is everywhere, man, which is why I like it. Everyone's playing it somewhere, you know? At Syrian_P from France, bro.
France? You got someone from France, dude?
Yeah, dude, I'm worldwide. What can I say? Like,
I mean,
the Chico Bandit brand is fucking growing. Let's go. Holy shit. Okay, let's go Syrian. Dude, French people have the sweetest names. A Syrian? Like, that's a sick name.
Okay. We got
whatever it takes,
This is
baby.
tight. We got a. Is this a pallet?
I think it's a pallet.
Is that a pallet?
And you probably put
and
in
he
like
put turf on it. That's. I mean,
no
that's,
rubber. I love that.
Yeah, no.
Is there rubber?
I can't tell.
Really
We played this video forward a little bit. No, it doesn't
No,
look like it.
I don't think he does.
No rubber.
No rubber.
We got a. Is that cement? That looks like it's just a cement slab that is like rock solid.
Stable.
That ain't going anywhere.
Looks stable.
This mound setup, tight. I love this.
That's great.
Good for him.
This brings me back to like the prison baseball vibes that I was rolling. Like that's fantastic.
Okay, so
okay, we got a few things to talk about mechanics wise.
yeah. So this, if we think about some of the deliveries, the last delivery we saw, some of the Japanese deliveries that we saw, the Dominican delivery that we saw is very athletic looking, right? So when you play this through, this looks a lot more scripted.
It is.
This has been taught. This is like
very robotic.
Move through this position, get to this position.
Right.
Just watch this all the way through. You can tell that this is just a very like taught throwing motion, right?
Yeah, it's almost like a typical college. Hey, get your leg up, you know, scare a crowd, and you know, like, this is very similar to that.
Yep, it's like there's 4 positions. You want to get to here, you want to get to here, and you want to finish, right? So it's like it's very scripted delivery. Now, let's get something that we can work on. So you can see right here. Come to a balance point, there's no drift. So the first thing that we're still stuck over our back leg, we're gonna have to create energy somehow because we're at a balance point. So the way we're gonna do that is we're just gonna dive this back knee in because that's the only way we have to create some sort of forward momentum to the plate. So the first thing we gotta do is as we're lifting the leg here, don't try to come to a balance point, just let the body drift forward just a little bit, not much. I mean, we're talking like 2 inches, 3 inches, just get the hips,
creates an angle for your
just a little bit.
Leg, right?
Yep.
Back
so then
leg.
when you go down in the back leg, now you start getting acceleration just by sinking down in the back leg. So that's the first thing. Let's get a little bit of a drift going. Then we go into this elevated hip position, but that's only because like we've had to dive this back knee in to create any sort of momentum towards the plate. Right. So then we get pushy because now the hips are elevated and we can't rotate. Right. And then so the hips are now not rotated at landing.
It's very pushy for sure.
Yeah. A block leg wants to work. Once the hips get into a rotated position, leg's like, oh yeah, I can block this, and it rotates it.
It does happen a little bit for sure.
It's just not doing it on time because we're not giving it a chance. On the lower half. Okay. And then the upper half, you see this kind of like tilted back. Torso, good glove side elevation.
Very stiff. You know, like just very stiff everything. Like you gotta be like, that's when people say like stay loose. You know, some of the hardest throws like you make are gonna be like when you're like whack, you know, like not like you know, like you can't do that.
Yep. There's these both arms are kind of like going up to the sky here. You have this kind of like get your arms up type of thing as opposed to rotational, like pinching back of the scap.
I think that's a biggest misconception, especially for younger generation as well, because they're taught like, you know, no, like it's a fluid, you know, like a spiral effect. Like you want this close, that open, boom. Instead of pushing, you know, like.
So what I would say here is, outside of the drift, when you lift your leg, drift a little bit towards the plate. That's the first thing. But let's work on the upper half mechanics right here. The drill that I like to do is basically I would recommend a pickoff to first base here. But when in the pickoff drill, you're not allowed to move your arm until your body moves first.
Right.
So you're going to have a tendency to want to pick, and your first movement is going to be to get the arm up to then pick off and move the feet. What I want is I want you to have your hands set here, move the feet first, so it forces your arm to just kind of follow along and whip.
There's a lot of things that he can work on, but number one, I don't even think he's throwing a baseball, to be honest. I think he's got some yellow ball that he's got going on.
Is that a softball?
I think that's a softball, bro. That's kind of badass.
That's tight. That is tight.
We're going to give you a little more credit now because you're throwing.
We're ripping softballs.
He's ripping softballs in France on a homemade fucking whatever the fuck you got going on here with no rubber.
Which is tight.
That's great. You know, we respect that, man. But honestly, like so far, like incredible. Just like seeing all these different videos from all over the fucking world. Isn't that crazy? Like how big like baseball actually is, you know, like, so yeah, man, I think that's it for the day. If you haven't,
that's it. Extra, your intro's done.
Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. We're gonna be doing some more stuff later on, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for all your submissions. I appreciate you. Even though some of you fucking suck, that's okay. It's part of the game, and that's what I'm here to do. And my roasting and Trevor like roasting, like we're just doing for fun. If you take offense to it, fuck you. Like I hate you. Just that's not the point. But anyways, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you jabronis later. Peace out.